on the spread and the W's mine. From draft day nerves to Sunday insanity. Fantasy fools, where insanity meets fantasy. Waiver wire work, turning pennies to gold. DFS stacks, let the storyline unfold. Bad beats hit, but the fools don't bend. Prop slips live, ride it out to the end. Trade court open, bring your lopsided plea. We'll bang the gavel on your fantasy fraud spree. We'll ruin Sunday, we'll read the eulogy, then bury that pick in fool's mythology. Fantasy fools riding high on the line. Cash on the spread and the W's mine. From draft day nerves to Sunday insanity. Fantasy fools, where insanity meets fantasy. Chart the targets, chase that pace. Match up edges all over the place. Bankroll calm even when it looks wild. Fools make order from chaos styled. Start or sit, yeah, swipe that call. Flex spot flames or a waterfall. Laughter losses, double down with class. Fools turn Sunday painting to gas. Fools, fools, fantasy fools. Fools see fools. 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 Crowd style.
What's going on, Mike?
What's happening?
Here we are, Brian. Week 9 in the NFL. We are here.
What a great week, right?
It feels like it's going by so fast. And I know we always say the same thing over and over again. We're getting older, and the older we get, time flies by. But God, it's getting bad, bro.
Yeah, and especially football season just zooms by. Like, we're already coming up on week 9 tomorrow. And then when you get to the off season, it drags so much. But this is a great week. I love Halloween time, so what a great week, right?
And why does it seem like every other sports season is much longer and off season is much shorter?
Yes.
I feel like basketball just ended. Basketball's back. Hockey just ended. Hockey's back. Baseball's about to end, and here we come, February, March. We're ready for baseball again.
Yeah, by March we'll be in there again.
Spring training, absolutely. So, how was your weekend overall, man? Anything exciting?
Yeah. So I had finally in week 8, I had what I consider is a perfect week.
What's that?
Perfect week is when my college team wins, the Canes. All right, my NFL team wins, the Dolphins. And all of my fantasy teams win. That is a perfect week, and it finally happened.
Okay. Well, I guess I somewhat had a perfect weekend as well, with an asterisk, I guess you'll say, because all my fantasy teams won. My NFL team won, and my college team didn't lose because they were on a bye.
It counts.
Look, you see me much happier this week than I've been in the past week, so.
Yeah, what a crazy week for football. Like, who saw that coming for the Dolphins?
Oh, man. Let me tell you something. I'm not only do I say it, but I also have to do it. And I told you guys shit on Tua last week, and I told you to pick up Kirk Cousins. And right before the game, that is exactly what I did. I dropped Tua, and then I picked up Cousins. Cousins killed me, but I still won. The week. So that's okay. But damn. And then you know what I tried to do last night? Last night I tried to go back and pick up Tua. And you know what it said? It said, no, asshole, you're the one that dropped him. You can't.
Yeah. You know what's crazy about Kirk Cousins is my dad called me Sunday morning before the game.
Uh-huh.
And, we've talked about my dad on this show before, like lifelong Dolphin fan, got me into the Dolphins.
Yeah.
He said, I just saw they're starting Kirk Cousins. I said, yeah, I know. He's like, he's going to put up 400 yards on the Dolphins. I said, I don't doubt it. He's probably going to come in and light it on fire. And because Penix hasn't been great, he hasn't been terrible either.
Right.
And we both said that Kirk Cousins is going to come in and just dominate us, right? Because that's what teams do to the Dolphins, and we were wrong.
And every week, am I not mistaken when I tell you, we always put a little bit of something fun on the Dolphins. You know,
Right.
a little scratch, or we'll include them in a parlay or something like that. And we didn't do it this weekend. And
Yeah, the
yeah,
one weekend we finally don't do it, we're like, well,
yeah. So, but we got a pretty exciting weekend coming up as well.
yeah,
Before we get into the NFL, real quick though, let's touch bases real quick on some college football. Week 9, man, playoffs is around the corner, bro.
yeah. It's college is up and down just like the NFL, right?
Can you believe that you have a chance of not making the playoffs with that one loss? You mess around, lose the ACC.
I know it. Like we don't even control our own destiny. So if Georgia Tech and I forget who else.
Well, Georgia
They,
Tech's the only team that's above you right now.
if
But you
they,
talking about Virginia?
yeah, did Virginia lose?
Yeah, they only got one loss.
So if Georgia Tech wins out, like there's a chance we might not even play in the ACC championship game.
And ain't that something? We
Yeah,
were on here 3 weeks ago talking about Miami's the best team in the country.
right.
Yeah,
Now
no,
one loss, and
they're ranked 10th.
Louisville's a good team. Like it's not like we lost to a scrub. What do they have? One loss.
They're 6-1. Yeah, they're ranked 16.
So
That's not
it
bad.
is what it is. College is one thing I will say about Miami is this week they finally did what they were supposed to do. I mean, when you blow out a team, it means something in college. You can't just go up and then skate by. You have to keep stacking points. And Mario Cristobal finally threw some balls and said, "We're going to put some points on the board." There was like less than a minute left, and he went for it. They scored another touchdown, just like they should. Why are you laughing at me?
You know, because I think I had some technical difficulties there for a second with my internet, and I kept trying to hit the fart noise while you were talking, and I don't think it worked. I don't think it worked. But all
We
good.
didn't.
But you know,
We missed on that one.
we continue to say it. You know, doing the things teams are supposed to do. That's what makes them successful. But no matter how much we say it, you know, we get a slap in the face every single week and a wake up call, I guess you could say, really. So some good college football games you got going on this weekend. We have number 14 Oklahoma and number 18 Tennessee. I
Yeah,
think
I like
that I think it's about a 3.5 point spread there. I can't tell you either way. Number 9 Vanderbilt and number 20 Texas. Okay, and Texas is favored by 2.5 points.
Yeah, I'm taking Texas minus 2.5. That's we'll get into that later when we talk our bets. But that's one of my bets for this week.
We can start it right now. We can just rehash it. But I'm going to go Vanderbilt plus 2.5.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
only seen Vanderbilt play one bad game this year, and that was against Alabama. That's the only time they've looked bad. And Texas is not Alabama, so I'll go ahead and take the points for sure on that. Not that it's a huge game. You guys should easily win this, but number 10, Miami at SMU. And the reason why I want to call out this game, I mean, it should be an easy dub for you guys. I'm not really liking the point spread, but I do like the over 50.5. I think it's going to go well over.
Like I'm not taking the spread on this one because I know SMU can put up points. So for that reason, I'm not taking the spread, and I am taking the over as well.
Absolutely. 2 months ago, this was a big game, bro. 2 months ago, this was a huge game. But today, it's not. And I'm talking about number 1 Ohio State at Penn State. Man.
I hate Ohio State with almost as much as I hate Florida State. Like I hate Ohio State.
Okay, but so I'm trying to define this level of hate. You have Ohio State, Florida State,
and Notre Dame.
I said Lou Holtz. I didn't say Lou Holtz.
Yeah, Lou Holtz. So every year, usually before college starts, I do my annual. It's either a tweet or on Facebook. I'll put on there F Lou Holtz.
Oh yeah,
For life. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I absolutely it's the whole convicts versus Catholics thing. I just always will hate Lou Holtz as a coach, not as a person. I don't know him as a person. I just want to say that, like, when I say I hate people, it's sports related, not a person. Obviously, we're not crazy.
I talked to him off camera, not live, and he might say some different things, not live.
Was it him or was it Daffy Duck?
Woo! I don't know what you're talking about there, brother.
Mm-hmm.
It's Daffy Duck then, for sure.
Yeah.
All right.
It sounds the same.
But it's not. It's an irrelevant game now. I mean, at the end of the day,
Yeah, I mean, I'll pull for Penn State, but there's no way, right?
absolutely pull for the upset there. But it's a 20-point spread. Nothing's happening there.
I'm not touching the bet either. Yeah,
stay away from that. Number 3 Texas A&M and number 20 LSU. I really don't have nothing for that game. I hope LSU loses just because I dislike them more than Texas A&M, I guess.
Yeah.
Number 5 Georgia versus Florida. Not really a big game nationally, but regionally it's a huge game down here for us.
Yeah, the biggest. What do they call it? The biggest party in the South.
I mean, so I'm going to be rooting for Florida that game just because it's Florida versus Georgia.
I can't do it.
I know. Yeah, you know what? I'm not rooting for anybody this game. I'm just going to let that one go.
Yeah.
Hopefully they both lose, I guess. Yeah, maybe they both lose. All right, so we'll go to that. All right, Mike, now let's get to the bread and butter, baby, the reason we are here. And it is the NFL. It is fantasy football. It is the reason in one of our leagues, you're number 1 and I'm number 2 right behind you. I'm coming for it. But we have knowledge here. We spit knowledge.
Yeah.
So we got on buys this week. Who's on buys?
Let me look. I haven't really looked yet. Let me see. Week 9. Teams on the buys: Browns, Jets, Eagles, and Bucks.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. I mean,
not as bad as last week, but it's still a lot.
No, so Browns, I'm not, other than Johnston, right? Yeah, Jenkins. There's not too much there that I'd be worried about. The Jets, I mean, are you rostering anybody? Wilson's not playing, right? So other than Wilson, I don't think anybody's really starting anybody there. The Eagles, that's a big one.
But let me tell you, the Jets offense, I mean, Breece Hall looked a little good last week. Some of them guys were making some plays.
Yeah, while we're talking about that, probably the biggest comeback of the year, right?
Oh, I mean, it was incredible. Now, I don't want to get sidetracked, and I really don't, but you obviously seen the NBA stuff going on right now.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, cheaters. So when you take integrity away from the game, nothing seems true anymore.
It's rough, especially when you're betting. Like, we bet for fun, right? We're not betting to get rich or make a lot of money. We do it because we like to. We like to try to win a little scratch here and there, But when I see stuff like that, like, how discouraging is that?
And it is. And think about how many times maybe you've lost money because somebody was, cheating. And what Mike said is true, guys. Like, look, when we gamble like with our play money. We don't gamble with bill money or anything like that. And if you do have a problem, 1-800-GAMBLER, it's at the bottom. If you are betting money that you shouldn't be betting, all right. So good point on that, Mike. But the only reason I brought it up because I saw a few plays during that game where it's like, is that guy trying to lose the spread here? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that really takes all of the joy away from sports. It sucks.
A lot of people saw this coming when betting got so big, and you don't have to be in Vegas to bet anymore. Now you can do it pretty much anywhere. Like, everybody was like, is this, is it going to be legit? And now you're seeing, like, people have their hands. Like, last year, I had money on several Heat games.
Mm-hmm.
Did I get screwed out of money? You know what I mean? I probably lost more than I won. And you can't help but think, like, did I get screwed? So
and what's the next step? I mean, I don't know. I just think some harsh penalties and and severe fines. Like those people should never be able to have money again. And then when you hear it's because of their own basic dumbness, you know what I mean? Oh, you owe the IRS millions of dollars. That's a you problem.
That's
That
a you
don't mean
problem.
that don't
Yeah.
mean you scam the rest of us so you can pay back the IRS. It's messed up, man. And I almost don't even want to bet this week because it's like
Boycott betting for the week. I mean, we're gonna bet, but it's a good thought.
Yeah. Just like we were gonna boycott the Dolphins, right? And then here we are.
Yeah. Here we are, full of hope. That's what I'm dressed up as Halloween for. The
What,
fan
hope?
full of false hope.
Oh, there you go, Dolphin.
Yeah.
So, what else you got on? So, buys anything else besides the Eagles? I mean, we're missing a lot there, obviously.
Yeah, I mean that's a big one. Yes, if you got Saquon, a big one that hurts me a bit is the Bucks. I got
Okay.
Mika Ibuka in every league,
Yeah.
I also have some shares of Bucky Irvin, and hopefully after this week he comes back. Like, there's leagues where I am hurting at running back. I'm still winning because I put together a pretty good roster, even though my running backs are a little weak. But I need Bucky Irvin to come back.
I'm hoping he stays out for a little bit longer because I've been the recipient of Rashad White for a little while. And,
Yeah.
I don't mind. I'll continue to ride that train until the wheels fall off, basically.
Yeah. And so you got Baker Mayfield out. You got Ibuka out. Irving's been out. But like you said, if you got White, that's good.
Yeah. So what else? What was the other team?
So, yeah, that's all of them. The Eagles, Jets, Browns, Bucks.
Okay. And how about injuries?
Oh, the one that hurts me a lot.
Oh, there's a new injury?
The one that hurts me a lot because I was riding him hard in a couple of leagues.
Pause. Okay, go ahead.
And putting him away wet.
Finish it. You got to finish it. Absolutely.
My boy, the great white hype, Cam Scatterboo.
Oh, hold on one second. Hold that thought. Crybabies, bro. Crybabies. You and Dart, bro. Continue. Oh, by the way, that was fantasy.
I might have legit actually shed a tear. Did you see the injury? It looked bad.
No, I don't like looking at stuff like that. It scares me.
Yeah, I don't either. I saw it though, and it was his foot went kind of like. It looked really bad.
Man, I saw some good whatever video memes. I don't know what they call them these days of him and his broken foot, just saying "put me in" and like he's ready to play, run, and I believe it. I believe it.
Yeah, just tape it up, throw him back in there.
That's it. Oh man.
I mean, he's the epitome of tough. Like he reminds me a lot of like Mike Allstott, and just like big bruising. He's gonna hit you and he's gonna get yards. You know what I mean?
I thought you were gonna say he kind of reminds me of myself.
I mean, maybe back in my 20s.
Oh shit! Back in 30 years ago. All right. So yeah, no, that's a tough injury. For any football fan, it's tough. Not just a Giants fan. It's tough
Giants fans are really hurting. But in fantasy, if you had them, like I drafted them in several leagues, and I really am. I'm scrambling at running back in a lot of leagues right now. I picked up Tracy.
Yeah.
I might have to start him. I'm hoping not to. I'll take a look, but I got him just in case. He'll be the main guy there now.
No, and that'll definitely be a matchup type of thing. What other injuries we got going on?
That's kind of all I really looked at this week.
All the new big ones.
Yeah, that one hurt pretty bad.
No, absolutely. So speaking of injuries, we'll get into some starter sits. But something that we always get back into this time of year, it's easy in the beginning of the year. There's available players. There's no injuries. You're kind of coasting on coach mode with with what you drafted and what you felt like was putting your best product on the table. But then the injuries come.
All the waiver wires up to now,
Everything's been easy.
You should have some decent backups by now.
No, absolutely. But then the problem is there's more injuries. Right now, and what we keep telling you guys is you really got to look at the matchups right now. Matchups are key going into every single week and seeing who you're going to pick up and which one of your stars has the least opportunity to succeed this week. And there might be somebody on your bench who has more of a favorable matchup, stuff that you can look into as well. Before we get into any more things, Mike, just some things that matchup-wise that really impact a lot of games this week. So you have your best defenses against quarterbacks. You got to look Texans and Broncos. All right, number 1 and number 2, which I do want to talk about that game a little bit, but you also have the Bills up there in the top 5, which says a lot. Now, defenses you want to exploit when it comes to quarterback matchups, you're talking Pittsburgh, Dallas, Green Bay, Indianapolis, the Giants. All right, so we're going to get into some of this stuff, but you'll be thinking about it. And again, running backs that you hesitate to avoid when they're playing certain teams. I'll give you like top 5 right now. You have Texans, Cleveland, the Patriots, Kansas City, and the Rams. So we're going to get into some matchups probably here in a few minutes that we need to think about this stuff. The defenses you want to start running backs against: Dallas, Bengals, Titans, Bills, and the Falcons. All right.
Dolphins.
Can you believe the Dolphins aren't up there? All right. The Dolphins
I would put them up there.
They're the 23rd worst. When it comes to wide receivers, again, Houston, they're atop of everything. KC, Denver again, Jets, and the Saints. Terrible defenses when receivers that you want to start them against. Start them against Pittsburgh. Start them against the Colts, Green Bay, Dallas, Seattle. Baltimore's 7th worst. So that looks good for the Dolphins this week. Just as some things to think about. You can get it broke down into tight ends. Tight ends, you want to avoid the Falcons, the Bills, KC, the Eagles, Detroit, Texans. Players you want to start against bad defenses against tight ends. Bengals, Colts, Patriots, Steelers, Jacksonville. And these are things that we look at every single week when we're going ahead and giving you, tips, players to pick up or who to watch out for, who to avoid. These are things that we're looking into every single week when we're giving you, the starts and the sits and of every single week. So before we get into starts and sits, Mike, let's go ahead and get into some of some big games I think in the NFL this week, and kind of talks about some of the matchups we were talking about. You got the Colts at the Steelers this weekend.
You want to start with Thursday night?
Thursday night?
Tomorrow. Yeah,
is that a big game? Is that a big game for you?
Big game? No. NFL wise, probably not. Fantasy wise, though, you got Lamar Jackson supposed to be coming back against his defense. Yeah, that's pretty big. I know you have some shares of them. I have some shares of them. And like you said, they against their wide receiver. So Baltimore's defense in general has been great. Mm-hmm. I think Miami's putting up a lot of points here. So your HN, your Waddle, even Tua might if he plays like he played last week, might be a value there.
Might be a value.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I think statistically the Dolphins should be able to throw tomorrow. When you look at the defense there, but it's Miami.
It's Miami.
Lamar's going to get his. Lamar's going to have like 30 to 50 hometown representatives at the game. For those of you who don't know, Lamar Jackson, is from South Florida, went to school in Palm Beach County. Salute Palm Beach County. Yeah.
So I think both teams are capable of putting up some points here.
Uh-huh.
I'm hoping, Thursday night games can be kind of boring sometimes. I'm hoping this is a nice. I don't like defensive struggle games. I like shootouts. I'm hoping this could be one.
It's like a 7.5 point spread. Baltimore. Yeah. What are you thinking?
If I had to bet it, what's the over under?
I didn't even look.
I just had it too. Give me 1 sec.
Yeah, but the Dolphins are so up
It's
and down,
50
man.
50 and a half. I would say over. If I was going to bet anything on that game, I would go the over.
Yeah, I wouldn't touch it. I wouldn't touch it at all. Forget that.
I might throw a 20 spot, a 5 spot on the over. That'd be it though.
I'm sure if you do, I will too.
I know you will.
All right, so but the AFC division leaders meet, and that's a good matchup there. That's why it's that Steelers and that Colts matchup is a good match. Sorry, I just completely went from the Dolphins to the other.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
I just want to get away from that Dolphins game, bro. It scares me. It scares me.
Don't be scared. Terrible.
Yeah.
When we don't.
Colts and Steelers, big game. Division leaders meet up.
That's a big game.
I think probably the biggest AFC matchup this week, obviously, is the Chiefs at the Bills.
Chiefs Bills is the biggest, and they're one of my bets for the week that I'm going to throw out there.
What's the bet?
I'm taking Chiefs -2.
Chiefs -2. All right. So Josh Allen at home is amazing, right? Josh Allen anywhere is amazing, but at home is amazing. I think the difference maker here in this game is going to be the Chiefs defense. I don't think Cook is going to be able to run like he normally runs. And I just think overall they defend the pass well. They defend the run even better. So I am on board with you. I'm going to take that 2.5 points all day.
Yeah,
and,
I agree with you. I think the big factor here, I think they're both really, like you said, it's probably game of the week, AFC anyway.
Yeah.
The biggest factor is, I would say, the Chiefs defense.
Another big AFC game this week, and it's probably not big. It's probably going to be the most boring game this week, but I like the Broncos at the Texans.
I like it too. I'm not betting it, but I like the Broncos here. I know it's in Houston, right?
Yeah, so this is one of those games where I'm just going to take the under. I'm just going to take the under. I think it's, if I'm not mistaken, it's in the low 30s, something like that. Whatever it is, I'm taking it. I expect great defensive play on both sides of the ball, and I think it's going to be a defensive matchup. So we'll see how that goes there. Yeah. So the reason I wanted to get into those some of those games really quickly is because we got to get into our fantasy Tinder segment. All right, which is the most exciting part of the show. Mike gets to swipe right or swipe left. It's his kind of release, like if he was a single dude, like he's living vicariously through this segment. It's not your real life, Mike. It's not real life. All right.
Fantasy football is real life, bro.
And you're not dropping in these DMs, okay? So our first person up on Fantasy Tinder, week 9, we had Jalen Waddle, right? So Jalen Waddle, 2 weeks ago was held to 1 catch and 15 yards. Last week, 5 reception, 99 yards and a touchdown. Tyreek is out, obviously. Tua has just been garbage. And then last week, all of a sudden, now he wants to throw 4 touchdowns and no interceptions. I don't know what you do here. Baltimore has not a terrible, but they're one of the worst secondaries when it comes to receiving. So, I mean, what are you going to do, Mike?
I'm swiping right on this all day. I have not benched Waddle at all since he became the number 1 in Miami. He had 1 bad game, but every other game he's produced.
So you're going final word is?
Swipe right.
I'm swiping right too, bro. Big week this week from Jalen Waddle and Tua.
Waddle's, I mean, other than probably being my favorite player on the Dolphins, I mean, he's been producing. Other than the Brooks. 1 game where Tua said he couldn't find them.
What about Brooks, bro? Pretty sure we got the leading tackler in the NFL right now. Just gonna throw that out there. Next up, man, Alvin Kamara. Year after year after year, he has been top running back selected. He's nobody you would ever consider sitting. I mean, he's been New Orleans' like go-to player fantasy-wise for what, almost 10 years now?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a while. And last week I swiped right and I needed him. And I thought because the injury to the backup running back Miller, you get more, and it didn't pan out. So I'm done. I'm done with you, Alvin. Swipe left.
So even with the buys, even with the injuries, there's so many other players that you can start above this guy. He's in Kellen Moore's office, and for some reason, it's just not clicking for him at all. When he's not getting the catches, the pass attempts, when he's not getting the opportunity for the scrimmage yards, man, it's time to swipe left. Alvin Kamara, might be that time, bro. Might be
Yeah,
that time.
swipe left.
All right, so you brought this
I
up.
was wrong.
You brought
There
this
he
up.
is.
Yeah. Okay. So can he perform like Scats?
I mean, not like Scats, no.
Okay. So what are we going to expect out of this guy?
I mean, I think he's going to put up some decent points. I hope nothing spectacular, but maybe something decent. Because I was looking at it after I brought it up that I might have to start him because I got Scattaboo in there, and my other running backs are Trayvon Henderson, who's been a dud, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tracy, who I just picked up, and also I can throw in Krosky Merritt, who really hasn't produced like I thought he would. So I'm gonna have to lean on Tracy. Is this my money league? No, this is my league, our home league, not our money league. But I'm gonna have to lean on him, so I'm gonna go ahead and swipe right and hope that he puts up half decent numbers. Give me in the teens at least.
I think when somebody comes in, especially off the bench, I think there's a little chip off the shoulder. I like it. I like it, and I'm gonna swipe left this week. I don't expect a lot. I expect him to, play from behind a little bit due to this. So reducing his attempts, I'm gonna go ahead and swipe left.
You're swiping left to jinx me because you want to take my number one spot.
100%. Swipe left. Swipe left. Kamani. Sounds like a good perfume. So 2 out of the last 3 games over 115 yards. Killing it, doing very well. I think that once you start riding the train, you got to continue to ride it, right?
Yeah, I would swipe. I'm swiping right. I would continue to ride it. Probably until Hampton comes back, right?
Well, here's the thing. Even when he comes back. But if you got him and you're not starting him this week, definitely start him. Swipe right. His matchup, they gave up the most touchdowns to running backs this year. So go ahead and swipe right. Get in on that. If you got him on the bench, make sure you get him in there. All right.
We got a comment for some advice here.
Okay.
Jonathan,
are you the father?
Murray.
All right. So what do we got here? Got offered Devontae Smith and Henderson for Sutton and Wanderlei Rice. What do you guys think, Mike?
So I'm not Wandel's hit or miss, right? He'll have a really good week, then he'll have and I know because I've had to start him. But Sutton, I'm not big on either. Let me just look at the trend here real quick.
All right, we're gonna come back to that while you're looking up.
We're gonna come back. Go on to it, Jonathan. I'm gonna have the answer for you in just a second here.
All right, so your boy Ja'Cory Merritt.
This is a tough one for me.
Why is it tough?
Because I've been big on him since before the season started, and much like the Dolphins, he'll give you a game where there's hope, and then lay some stinkers, and I don't know what's going on here.
All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in, I'm going to step in, and we're going to go ahead and swipe left. And the reason we're going to swipe left is his matchup. Seattle doesn't. They're stingy with the running game. Now they do give up a lot of passes to running backs, but Merritt's got like 7 or 9 receptions this year total. So that's not a strong point. So the Fools are going to go ahead and swipe left on that. If you have
I'm going to have to swipe left, and I have him in a ton of leagues. You got Waddle. I feel like should try to go for Waddle instead of Smith. If you could get Waddle, 100% get Waddle over Smith.
Hold on, who's this? Is that the Penguin? The Penguin AZ chiming in. Don't do fantasy this year, but enjoy the show. Appreciate you chiming in. All right, so and if you don't notice, if you can't see this, this is Halloween theme, baby.
Halloween, I love Halloween too.
Halloween. So we got he got Waddle. Feel like I should try to go for Waddle instead of Smith. That's never gonna happen.
I if you can, I would definitely grab Waddle.
And you're not just saying that because you're a homer?
Well, of course I'm a homer, but I think I would take Waddle over Smith even on my team.
All right, I'm with it. For the rest of the remainder of the year, I agree with that, and it's not just being a homer. I think I think Waddle's set up to have a big second half of the year. So
I feel like I'm swiping left on Merritt here, and he's going to go off this week. But
no,
I'm still going to swipe left.
Definitely not. Everything's pointing to the left. To the left. To the left. All right. Next up, Hunter Henry.
All
right.
I like Hunter Henry.
I know, but this is not a contest of likes, and he's not going for prom king here. He's going whether or not you're going to win your fantasy football game,
right?
And that's whether or not you're going to start him. So he hasn't topped 46 receiving yards since week 3, and now he faces the Falcons. Which, if anybody saw the game last week, the Falcons couldn't cover nothing. Okay, but statistically, they are one of the better coverage teams. So he hasn't been able to do it lately. Falcons have just allowed 12 receptions to tight ends this year. I mean, he could still get a touchdown. I mean, he is a target today. But, I mean, he's very low floor on this right here. I think if anybody's better, you're just going to be hoping for a touchdown. With this.
Yeah, I'm swiping left.
Yeah, I'm going to swipe left on that. All right. Next one, we're going to do it a little bit different, Mike. You haven't seen it. Normally we go for players, but this time I thought it was important that we went for the whole defense. So we are going Kansas City's Chiefs defense. Now, the only reason I'm putting it up there is because somebody brought up to my attention that they have Buffalo, that they're playing Buffalo. So since they're playing Buffalo, they're going to give up a lot of points and this and that. We talked about this. I think we're both on board with KC, and that defense is gonna do well this week. But with that being said, and KC's a defense that you want to play every single week, right? So it's a no-brainer. You swipe right every single week. But
I have KC defense in 1 or 2 leagues. I think only 1, and I'm swiping. Yeah, I'm swiping right. I'm starting them. It doesn't matter to me who they're playing.
All right, swipe right. All right, so before we get into it, let's see what we got here. My team wide receivers are St. Brown, Pickens, Sutton, and Wanderlei, and running backs are Cook, Jacobs, Tracy, Chubbs, Mason, Benson. Feel like I could package maybe Sutton and Tracy or Benson to get Waddle maybe. No, I mean I don't think so. I think have you been drinking, Jonathan? Have you been drinking? Are you old enough to drink, Jonathan?
Look, if he thinks he can, I would say go for it. Like, try to get Waddle. I would. If not, Smith isn't a bad pickup. I would take him over Wandell or Sutton. So, what about you? I mean, Sutton, I'm not too high on. Wandell, like I said, hit or miss.
Well, you got 2 starters for sure, so you don't even need a Waddle. I think that maybe
Sutton for points in this is all Yahoo's. We always use Yahoo. So 8.7, 13.7, 2.2, 13.9. And he's had a couple good games at the beginning, 16.6, 20.8. I mean, that's not spectacular. And with Smith, we got 11-4, 28-8, 6-9, 15-4, 3-9, 16. He's got a few stinkers in there, but he's got some games where he's putting up some points. So
I don't know. I like where you're at wide receiver wise. And then you have Cook as well, a running back.
yeah, Cook and Jacobs pretty bad.
Yeah, it looks like you got a pretty good team.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't. I mean, look, if you got somebody dumb enough in your league to give you Waddle at this point, take it. Well, we'd never say no. Try. Hopefully, the other person doesn't watch the show. All right, so we'll go with that. So we're swiping right on KC's defense, regardless of who they're playing, even if it's Buffalo this week.
Yeah.
All right. So up next, we're looking at Trevor Lawrence.
So,
now, go ahead.
Tricky, right? Like, they've won some games. Jacksonville's winning. I mean, they're not terrible this year, but is anybody really putting up a lot of fantasy points over there?
Nobody. But here's the thing: he's coming off a bye. They really need to win in the AFC. They're playing the Raiders. I mean, he's got a lot of upside here. He can score 25, 30.
Big plus.
25 to 30 fantasy points this week he could score.
Yeah. So here's his kind of average, the way he trends here. So I'm going from week 7, 17.6, 19.2, 27.2, 11.6, 8.6, 21.2, and 11.3. So, I mean, he, other than the 11, the 8, he's putting up decent numbers, I guess.
Matchup-wise, I think he's a good start. And he's available. He's available in a lot of leagues that you only have one starting quarterback. If it's not a super
I was quite right on him this week.
Yeah, no, definitely. I'm with Mike on that. We're going to go ahead and swipe right there. That's our guy. Kyler Murray. The reason I bring up Kyler Murray is because, bro, he sucked. He scored over 20 points one time this year. I think he played through 5 games. You got your boy, Jacoby Brissett, steps in, gets over 20 points every single game. I don't know why you go away from it. I think you still start Brissett right now, and you make Murray earn it. But it's the NFL and contracts win, and Murray's going to start. So are you swiping right or swiping left? I mean, he's playing Dallas this week.
I'm swiping left. I'm done with Kyler Murray. Like, I drafted him in 1 or 2 leagues. And because I thought, rushing quarterbacks get some points, and Kyler Murray's been solid in the past. Because a lot of my strategy is wait for a quarterback when I'm drafting. He's been a bum. I'm swiping left. I'm done with Kyler Murray.
Okay.
It hurts me to say that because he's part of the Murray clan. But I'm swiping left. I'm done with Kyler Murray. Go to baseball, dude.
Hey, I got a question for you. Do you believe like somebody can own somebody, or like you can own a team? Like this player just can't lose against this team, or this player just goes off for 200 yards every time they play this team, regardless of the defense. The coach. It happens. Yep. Well, I think Kyler Murray might own the Dallas Cowboys. 9-0 versus the Cowboys in his career. And the Dallas doesn't have a good secondary, dude. I'm going to swipe. I'm swiping right on Kyler Murray this week. I'm going to swipe right.
But you don't have any shares of Kyler Murray. You haven't felt the pain I felt.
Right. This is your fantasy full unbiased opinion. My counterpart to the right here, he's obviously biased. So I'm giving you the insider tips on matchups, and it's a good matchup. Do it. Swipe right. All right. Bo Nix.
Bo Nix.
What are you thinking about Bo Nix?
I like Bo Nix. I know it's a tough matchup. Number 1 and number 2 defenses going head to head. I still think Bo Nix has been solid throughout the year, and I would still swipe right, because I'm a firm believer you start your studs, right? That's kind of a thing in fantasy football, and Bo Nix has been good enough, I think, that if you have him, you still start him.
All right. So I'm going to ask you a question. Bo Nix QBR ranking in the NFL this year, 1 through 32. Let's just say.
Oh, what is it?
Yeah.
Shoot. I don't know. I never really
Just a
paid
guess.
attention
Just
to the
guess.
QBR. I would say middle of the pack, 15.
17.
Okay, 17. Oh, I wasn't far off.
Right. In his first games of this year, he's had the easiest schedule of any quarterback. The defenses that he has played has given up an average of 18 and a half points to quarterbacks this year. So I'm swiping left. I'm swiping left, dude. I'm swiping left, and your call on that. I'm swiping left all day. Not against the Texans. He's been good, and what you said is accurate. But when you dig into the numbers, it just seems like he's been having some gimmies this year, you know. But I mean, hey, and they played some good comeback from behind ball. You know, take nothing away from them. They've been doing great. Yeah, they've been doing great. So, Mike, that was my last. Fantasy Tinder this week. All right.
I love Fantasy Tinder. That's my favorite part of the show for sure.
No, and it's like we could actually do this the whole entire show, because
I can do this all show.
the things that we cover is information that we cover individually as we're going through our show, and everything kind of ties into the same theme, you know, matchups, trends, you know, and what's happening. So we're definitely on that. So
Before we get off Bo Nix, I just want to. I know you said he's had some easy matchups.
mhm.
This is in Yahoo. Okay. Let me make sure I'm not in our league that scores like super high for. Yeah, okay. Bo Nix, what do you think he averages for points a week?
I would say probably like around 19.
So I'm going up from week 8 all the way up to week 1. You ready? 31.9,
Okay.
30.4, 13.8, 17.9, 30.6, 20.3, 30.4, and then in the first game this week, which is surprising because it was against Tennessee, he only scored 8 points.
That sounds a lot better. I mean, there you go, the back and forth discussion. So you're saying swipe right?
Yeah, I'm swiping right. Like you start your studs, man. He's put up 40s and 30s and 20s. I understand the defense is great in Houston, but I don't know, man. Don't say your studs.
All right. Let's get on, Mike. Forget it, bro. You know, we can never agree, but when we do agree, we make some sense. No, and you know what? That's what it is too. Is like, you know, on my point of view, your point of view, and then whoever's listening to get advice or whatever it is, they take whatever we say and maybe take parts from both of it and make their own educated guess. You know,
you got to think too. Like Bo Nix is probably starting on a lot of teams where they don't have a lot more options either. So like, who on the bench? Like, are you picking up Trevor Lawrence to start over Bo Nix this week?
Oh, 1,000%. 1,000%. That's why we do this. Yes. I
would say no. I would say leave Lawrence on the bench and keep Nix in.
Write down that note so we can come back to this next week, please. So I can tell everybody how right I was and how wrong you were. Listen, for everybody out there, in the description below, we really don't have time to cover this stuff because we're getting in and out within an hour. You have all the sports books that we have. We're affiliated with all of them. Look down in the description, whether you like to do the daily fantasy, whether it's, you know, betting on spreads, parlays, whatever it is. There's BETR down there, Bet365 down there. You have Rebet, you have Novig, we have Caesars. I mean, every single book out there. And we always recommend to shop books. Also take advantage of all of the specials that they have. So if you already have a book, like if you're in Florida, most people think that they only have the option of the Hard Rock. That is not true. There's like 3 or 4 other sites out there that are available to use. You can find them in the description down there as well. Also, if you're going to go to a game, shop those tickets. You got Vivid Seats, you got Game Time, you got Ticketmaster. StubHub. Check them. Check the reviews. A lot of those places, you won't even get your tickets if it's close to game time. You won't be there in time. It's a common struggle. We're linked up with Vivid Seats, who's typically the cheapest. So that's how we pay the bills around here. So if you're getting tickets, if you want to bet on sports, look, if you want to be healthier, Joe B's is probably in the description as well. Bleacher Brothers, we've linked up with Joe B's. AJ's been taking it, feels great. We're gonna, maybe I should start taking it. I'm gonna start taking some Joe B's too. I'm gonna send it up to Mike. We're gonna watch that gray beard. It's gonna get his hair back, baby. You can get your hair back. All right, Mike. We got like 2 minutes. What'd you learn? What are we doing this week? And take us where you want to go.
I just want to go through my bets again real quick because I feel really good about my bets this week.
All right.
And we were just talking about all of our books there. I like the Miami SMU over. You like that as well?
Log me down for that.
I went Texas minus 2.5. You're going.
I went Vandy plus 2.5.
You went Vandy. All right. Panthers plus 13. I just think that 13 is a lot of points in the NFL. Panthers haven't been playing terrible. I know it's against Green Bay in Green Bay, but I'm taking the 13.
Okay.
Chiefs minus 2. I like that one a lot. And I like the Jaguars minus 3 over the Raiders.
I like that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think 3 is a lot against the Raiders. The Raiders are not very good. So,
yeah.
The Jaguars are playing decent.
And they're coming off a bye, right? So they should be more than ready. And like I said, I think it's the perfect game for Trevor Lawrence to explode. All right. So is that your 5? You got 5 down there listed?
Yeah.
Right. So I would like to take the over on the Cincinnati-Utah game. All right.
Okay.
That's going to be 55.5. I'm definitely taking the under on the Texans and the Broncos. That's actually 39.5, way better. I would have took it in the low 30s, mid 30s. So definitely taking that. I do like Cincinnati plus 9.5 over Utah as well in that game that I was talking about. We said the Miami SMU over 50.5, and then Vandy plus 2.5. Kind of stayed away from NFL a little bit this week with these games, but we want to give them winners, so that's what we do.
Yeah.
All right.
Here it is. And let's go Dolphins tomorrow. Can we make it 2 in a row? If you had to put a percentage on it, what would you put?
I would say the Dolphins have a 37% chance to win tomorrow.
So you're saying there's a chance.
This is supposed to be Halloween music. Oh,
You can get the Monster Mash or, spooky, scary skeletons.
I didn't have time. But you saw what we did on that on the fantasy funeral video. Everything had some sort of Halloween decoration on it. But listen, thank you for tuning in. The Fools will be out. We'll be back again next Wednesday. Tuesday night we will not be in. We'll be back next Wednesday at 5 p.m. Thanks for tuning in, man. And until next time. Peace. You like the sparkles there, Mike? I put on that?
Gangster.
Fantasy Foolz riding high on the line. Cash on the spread and the W's mine. From draft day nerves to Sunday insanity. Fantasy Foolz. Insanity meets fantasy. Waiver wire work turning pennies to gold. DFS stacks let the storyline unfold. Bad beats hit but the fools don't bend. Prop slips live, ride it out to the end. Trade court open, bring your lopsided plea. We'll bang the gavel on your fantasy fraud spree. We'll ruin Sunday, we'll read the eulogy. Then bury that pick in Fool's mythology. Fantasy Foolz riding high on the line. Cash on the spread and the W's mine. From draft day nerves to Sunday insane.